depth gauge. As you can see, we're about 20 feet underwater right now. If you see these little fish swimming by our viewports, those are called mackerel scad, or opelu in Hawaii.
Mackerel?
Yeah.
Now those are our bait fish. So fishermen go out, they catch those fish and use them as bait to catch some of the larger fish we have here in Hawaii. Those tunas and also in the back there on our starboard side by Captain Jeremy, we have another depth gauge, 25 feet. If you're looking at your viewports and you look straight down, you can actually see the seafloor out here. Look at your viewports. These ones are about $5,000 each. The one up in front that our pilot has is about $30,000. His one is the coolest one, actually a giant contact lens. You can kind of see everything that's around the submarine. This submarine is all electric. We don't use any gasoline or fuel on it. You guys are actually sitting on a bunch of battery packs that span the whole sub. So every day after our dive tour, we take our sub back to the harbor, plug in a bunch of wires, magic happens, molecules collaborate, and then it gets recharged.
The feet is the meters. Have a look in there. Look up on the, we're at 53 feet. On the chart. 53 feet, 15 meters. 18 meters.
Now another thing that happens down here is because we're so deep underwater, the depth of the water actually filters out some colors. So the first color to go is red. Was anybody wearing anything red on the surface?
Yes.
Back there, can you just take it off and just show everybody? Is that possible? No, I'm just messing with you, man. You don't have to take it. Oh, you got a hat right there. You don't have to take off your clothes. I was just playing with it. So yeah, so red is no longer existent at this this depth. It's about 10 meters of water. It is completely gone. I got a little visual up here. It's the American flag. As you can see, the stripes are no longer bright red. If I introduce some artificial light,
Wow.
like that. So some of these corals down here are actually red in color if you brought them up to the surface, but down here it's going to look pretty dull. Another thing that happens if you were wearing neon colors tend to pop out a lot more. So if anybody's wearing anything that goes neon, it's like a blacklight effect. Yeah.
There's the structure there.
Alright, so we're coming up to our first set of artificial reefs. Again, pyramid structures put down here by the University of Hawaii in 1988. You're going to see them on both sides. It's going to be an equal viewing tour.
You're a badass.
Sorry, Mama.
Oh man.
Oh, gosh.
Just fish.
And of course, there's going to be a lot more fish in this area. Fish love two things. They like shelter, they like food. You're not going to see them out in the barren abyss out here. They'll be closer to these structures over here.
The jetty on the jet.
These are things that we put down here by the
Check do the other one, yes? Oh, there's three. Look, yes.
You're looking on your port side, that is actually a beach chair out there that fell off of one of our surface control boats a while back. Just haven't moved it from this area.
Angel?
It's a lot of fish.
If you're wondering what happened to these structures, why are they, some of them collapsed, you'll know why. I am not a pilot anymore. They revoked my license after I ran into too many of them. It used to be a lot higher. And you guys looking on your starboard side, if you see those yellowfish out there on the bottom with the blue stripes, it's called blue stripe snapper, also called ta'ape here in Hawaii. We brought them in to help out one of our native snapper populations, the red snapper, or opakapapa. Did not do a good job of it. They actually ended up eating our native snapper's eggs.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to be coming up to our second checkpoint. You guys are actually going to see different things on each side of the sub. Polyopono stands for Ridge of Righteousness, so it's only this edge part. And once we go through this dive site, we will be doing a U-turn. You guys will see the opposite things on the way. I've got some giant javellis swimming up to the submarine. Those are those larger silverfish out there. We should be coming up to that first artificial structure here on our port side in just a few moments.
There's a big fish in the chest.
Yeah, exactly. And here we come up to the Polyopono Ridge on our starboard side. Again, keep your eyes out for those eels. I'm telling you, there's tons of them out there. There's also a bunch of octopus on these this natural reef. You're not going to see them though. They're really, really good at camouflaging themselves, and they always hide in holes during the day. During the night, you'll see a lot more. Got a huge giant javelli swimming up to the submarine. So those giant javellis out there, they're our apex predator in this area. Very, very territorial. So what they're actually doing is they're coming up to the submarine and ramming it. They want it to get out of their territory.
That's what he said. That's why he's not that
You farted?
Yeah, it was really long.
Here in Hawaii, we actually call octopus taco. That's its Japanese name for it. Everyone calls it taco. It could get really confusing if you actually go to some stores and ask for taco. You know, you might get octopus. There's a starfish here on our port side. If you look straight down, you can kind of make it out. And we should be coming up to these artificial structures on our starboard side as well.
Just playing ring around the road. That is their life.
What else are you gonna do when you fish?
Fuck all the other fish.
There you go.
All the other fish.
of those structures on the starboard side. What they use them for in Japan is for the cultivation of seaweed and kelp. Now we don't have any seaweed or kelp out here. The water in Hawaii is too warm and too salty. You guys ever had sushi, those wraps that they come wrapped around it? These are what they come from. Where you got them?
Maybe if it's pushed a little bit.
And the first get down here.
Pardon me?
And the best of blocks get down here.
Yeah. Alright, so we're actually going to be during a turn right now. We'll be heading offshore into the deepest part of our dive tour. Now, can anybody guess how deep the submarine can actually go? Is there any guesses out there? What's up?
Over 100 feet.
Over 100 feet? I hope so. I hope so. Any other guesses?
1735.
1735, very specific. Actually, the maximum pressure depth of the submarine is 85 feet. 85 feet. I'm just messing with it. Actually, maximum pressure depth of the submarine is 800 feet. On our dive tours, we're only allowed to go to 150, but on this tour, we're probably making it to about 108, 109 feet. That's where we'll be heading to now. We're also going to be heading to 2 airplanes that we have down here. You're going to see one on each side of the submarine. These are 2 Mitsubishi YS-11 airplanes. They were the first created in Japan after World War II for a commercial purpose. They flew for an airlines down here in Hawaii called Mid-Pacific Airlines. They were basically passenger planes. They weren't shot down in World War II, which I could tell you a cool story about that. We put these airplanes that you're going to see out here in 1991. This is when we dropped them down here. 1992, what happened in Hawaii was we had a hurricane come through here. That was Hurricane Iniki. When that hit, it created some pretty gnarly swells that picked up the airplanes and kind of tossed them all over a dive site. So they're not completely intact anymore. The fuselage and the body of the plane is absolutely missing. So you'll see the wing section, you'll see where the engines were, you'll see where the fuselage was, but you're not going to see the whole intact airplane. Again, that was not on purpose.
It's gonna make us cringe. Oh no, so much work. Yeah. That maintenance team got fired.
MRT.
Oh. Phone looks weird.
Yeah.
Super focus, go!
If you see any of these concrete blocks out there, cinder blocks, stuff like that, that's all for our pilot. He's only using what he sees out here in the environment as a
Nemo!
Alright, here comes our wing structure into view on our starboard side first. You guys will see one on
no
our port
service.
side
Would you look at that?
as well. If you guys want to look over, if you guys are on the port side, just check out this one on the starboard side. You totally can.
No, dude. It's crazy. No, it's Gemma.
There's one of us on the floor. Look, 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 look.
Wow.
Jeremy, look on the floor. Look at the plane on the, look at the plane behind us. Look, the floor.
Yeah, we just skimmed across the floor. We always like to write our names in it as we go by.
Really?
Alright, we
Yeah,
actually
there's
do have a shark. If you guys look over on the starboard side, there's one sleeping underneath this wing section. See if you guys can spot it.
Eat something.
Right underneath this wing. You can see the outline. It's not the best view of it. That actually is a white-tipped reef shark. See if you guys can spot that.
You got your shark. You happy now?
That's all. Take me back.
Done?
That's all.
So that was a white-tipped reef shark. If you guys ever heard that sharks had to keep moving to keep breathing, those are one of the few species in the world that can actually stay on the bottom like that. A lot of people always ask me, like, do we put that down here? Is that like a plastic model or something? That was not a plastic model. That was a real life 184 feet long. It's a pretty big ship. You'll see a lot of pipes that were used for these refueling purposes.
Oh, definitely.
It's usually got a ton of fish in marine life around there.
Just keep passing it down. Just keep passing it down.
No. I see a boat. Wow. I see a big fish.
Alright, we're going to see it on our starboard side first here, and then we'll do a U-turn. You guys will see it on the port side as well when we come back. Very famous dive spot. If any of you guys got your PADI certifications, you guys can come down here, dive the shipwreck. Really, really cool. Alright, this school of pennant butterfly fish. Turtle. Alright, we got green sea turtles. Green sea turtles on the starboard side. So you guys can spot them. They're on the deck of the ship.
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
Yeah,
See if you
they
guys spot
are.
them. Huge ones. Oh, there's 3 of them. There's 3 green sea turtles. See if you guys can spot them. Those are female green sea turtles. The way I know is as we went by, they looked at me and rolled their eyes.
So the turtle's there?
That chain you see on the turret. Oh yeah, and if you guys look out on their port side, that's the second shipwreck we're going to see. That's the San Pedro. We'll go get closer to that one after we check out the YO257. Alright, now if you see those white fish out there that have orange fins and orange head, those are called pyramid butterfly fish. We actually have another name for them in the scientific community. We call them the Kim Kardashian fish. That's because they actually look pretty, but they don't do much.
Oh.
I know, it's terrible.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Oh, yeah. Look, guys, it's the Titanic.
Yeah.
Sea version of
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's like a earring, you know?
What's up, you can
Nothing.
Alright, we'll be coming up to the YO257 here on our port side. And you guys on the starboard side will hopefully get a good look at the San Pedro, which will visit right after this.
I don't know.
This white fish on top, it's actually called a unicorn fish. You can tell why it's called a unicorn.
Yeah.
The ship to the right, that's an old longline fishing vessel called the San Pedro. We're going to go visit that right after this. Alright, we've got those green sea turtles out there. See if you guys can get a good picture of it. hanging around. The way you actually tell the gender of a green sea turtle is by looking at its tail. If it has a really long tail, that's a male. And if it has a short one, that's a female.
Like, thanks, Crush. Looks like the
It's not us on the tour, but we are the tour.
All right, here comes the San Pedro up here on our starboard side. Got another one?
Yeah, two of them swimming.
Alright, we got two green sea turtles. This one, the first one, they're both swimming. Oh, looks like they're heading inside the ship. Hopefully they fake me out. One's kind of right above it. One looks like he's landing right in the middle of this ship right here. See if you guys can spot him.
Good job, Ray.
Oh, they're coming out. They're coming out. I'm coming out. No. Come on, little Russ.
Yeah. Put some Bondo over here, float again.
Lots of Bondo?
Lots of Bondo.
Yeah.
It'll buff
Just Bondo and JB Weld.
That's all you need.
That baby will float again.
Yeah.
Out here on our underwater right now. We'll be up there in about 20 seconds. You'll see all the bubbles go past your viewport, so see the light return to the cabin. All your colors will return to your clothes. Hopefully we go right side up this time. We usually tend not to breach like the Hunter Red October. Sometimes it happens. All right, we're gonna get these hatches open for you guys. I gotta warn you guys, when we do get these hatches open, if you guys are underneath the hatch wells, that is our special effect zone. There's gonna be about 10 to 15 gallons of water that likes to come down. You don't want to get wet, hang out right. I'm just joking about the 15 gallons. It's gonna be like a little bit of drips. I know, I'm sorry.
Ray wanted to get wet. Just jump in the water, Ray.
I was gonna make it.
Also, this is a good time to look for any of your belongings. If you do leave them on the submarine, I can get them back to you, but it's gonna be through eBay. Also, how about we give our pilot a nice round of applause? Thank you for coming out. It was a wonderful trip.
Mark, did you go right, huh?
I discovered